them. Because what is clear is that the Road Accident Fund does not believe any of them are competent enough to be the head of legal. And you've operated all of this time without the person who should be overseeing that work.
Good evening, guys. Good evening once again. Welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news. When it is trending enough to be brought here, please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who is also a voter, and I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of our beautiful country. So if you have ever wondered why RAF is such a mess, so I think today we've got our answers. I'm going to share with you what transpired today. I'm not going to add much to this, except that I'm going to come right at the end with my closing commentary. Hey, guys, South Africa.
Were you responsible for securing the council's advice? Was it just council, or was it a silk that provided the advice to the Road Accident Fund?
Chair, it's silk.
Okay, so following the decisions of the High Court, did you have further consultations with council?
Do you mean in terms of saying what's the next step? Yes, Chair.
Correct.
Through our law firm, of course.
How did council advise you?
That we still have a case, Chair.
Then the matter went to the Supreme Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court of Appeal, as I understand, the matter was never argued, was it, in the Supreme Court of Appeal?
They just said consideration, correct?
What was the decision of the judge president?
Our application was dismissed.
How long have you been a lawyer?
I'm not a lawyer, Chair.
Oh.
Yes.
What's your field of practice?
I'm the Chief Governance Officer. I've got an MBA and I've got various governance certificates.
Chair, have you been aware that your head of legal does not have a legal qualification?
Chair, can I make it clear? I'm not the head of legal. I'm the Chief Governance Officer. And in my structure, there will be somebody who's the head of legal, currently still vacant.
Order, Chair.
Do you have a head of legal at all? Do you have somebody who's responsible for the legal function at the Road Accident Fund?
I've got 3 senior legal officers, yes, Chair.
Okay, so who makes the decision? Because clearly you are like me. You are not competent to make the determinations in advice. So who advises then management in the Exco on legal matters?
My senior legal officers, Chair. Who have LLBs, yes.
Please do me a favor. Can you please send us their qualifications to the committee?
Senior legal officers.
Please do. Okay. Send those to the committee, because what is clear?
All of them. 3.
All of them. Because what is clear is that the Road Accident Fund does not believe any of them are competent enough to be the head of legal. And you've operated all of this time without the person who should be overseeing that work. And the board has been okay with it. How long has the role been vacant?
I was just trying to find out. Justice left just when I came to RAF, so it's like 2.5 years.
So here is, and I'll come to you, Honorable Member. So here's the situation such as we have now. You have embarked on expensive litigation. And I was going somewhere with my question around this, because when a court refuses to hear a matter, they're basically saying you apply for leave to appeal, you may get it in the same division, the matter gets dismissed. As I understand, your matter served twice in the High Court. Then you went to the Supreme Court of Appeal. You tried to get it in twice. It was rejected. A competent legal officer would know that there are no reasonable prospects of success. This entire frolic has taken place with no head of legal at the Road Accident Fund, with 3 junior legal officials being the people that the Exco and the board are relying on, and that has been deemed to be okay. It's wild. Do you understand why there is a problem?
Chair, firstly, it's senior legal officers, they're not junior. The second point is that's why we've got a corporate panel of attorneys to then seek counsel and advice from them on such matters. In this matter of the AGSA, we've got one of our corporate panel who's Malachi Incorporated, who are assisting us in this matter. And we've got Jabu Motebe, who's a senior counsel, and Kululi Steps, who's a junior counsel, who are assisting us in this matter. And we then seek the advice accordingly.
Your statement does not answer my question. It's completely unhelpful to you. You have a vacancy that you are, by implication, telling me that you don't need to fill it. Why haven't any of those people been appointed to the role if they're sufficiently competent to fill that role?
Chair, we have tried, I for one have tried to fill that vacancy. We failed twice to get a suitable candidate. One where we thought we are winning, they failed the preliminary test that they needed to do in terms of their ethics and behavior, so we could not appoint. So that's why we did not. But I'm not talking about my 3 seniors. I'm saying trying to fill in the head. And my seniors are still new in their positions. Therefore, they said they still need to find their feet within the rough to be able to then see if they'll be fit for the positions. So I can't force them then to act.
Ma'am, so I am going to leave this inquiry here and I'm going to make a conclusion at this point. The Road Accident Fund, whose work is heavily reliant on the court system, and the amount of money that leaves the door is reliant on the court system, does not have a head of legal. And your chief executive goes all over the country holding press conferences, complaining about lawyers when he does not have in his exco the person who should advise the Road Accident Fund accordingly. That's the picture that we have. It's like breaking something and then complaining that it doesn't work. 2.5 years is a long time. The Road Accident Fund also does not have a chief claims officer. The 2 most critical functions for the Road Accident Fund, claims and the legal function. Chair, is there a chief claims officer at the Road Accident Fund, permanent?
Not yet, Chair. I'm actually, yeah.
Okay, no, so there isn't?
No.
How long has that role been vacant?
Over 2 years, Chair, to be,
Okay, so Minister, or Honorable Deputy Minister, this board is failing. This board is failing. I haven't even gone through half of my notes here and I won't. This board is failing. It is, here's the implication, Chair. Submitted to this parliament is a budget by the Minister of Finance, which is contradicted by only one institution, and it's the Road Accident Fund, in respect of its liabilities. Because the Road Accident Fund, on the guidance of no head of legal, has decided to litigate and proceed to do its own thing. I was going to ask you, ma'am, in your knowledge, but you've just told me you're not a lawyer. In law, if you appeal a decision, you comply until the court sets it aside. The Road Accident Fund does it differently. It does its own thing anyway, even though it has failed repeatedly in court. And we have a strange situation in this parliament where the budget submitted by the finance minister and voted on by the National Assembly in October last year is contradicted by the financial statements of the Road Accident Fund, which sadly the Transport Portfolio Committee has approved. It turns this country into a banana republic. And the minister is correct. And Deputy Minister, the board is failing. Vacancies in critical positions, litigation without a head of legal, people in position who are still trying to find their feet, lawyers who rock up in court to try and overturn a matter and they don't argue it. inability to send a simple email to a previous employer to ask about the appropriateness of an employee, who then proceeds to send a lawyer's letter, which is suspect at best. Deputy Minister, please, this situation cannot continue any longer. It's making a mockery of this Parliament and oversight. In your submissions next week, please tell this committee what it is precisely you are doing to remedy the situation. We can't simultaneously have South Africans toying against the fuel levy. And this is the train wreck that we are listening to here. And people get paid to sit on the board.
Fully agree.
And if you watched up to here, thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate that. And the next time you bump into my videos, kindly watch my ads in full. That support really, really, really goes a long way. To have a beautiful night.